Warning. Entering the house of high strangeness may result in goosebumps, questioning reality, side effects of paranoia, and crushing amounts of cussing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back to the House of High Strangeness podcast. We are your hosts,
I'm Joe.
and I'm Rachel. And today we're talking about the Loch Ness Monster.
We're talking about it. We're talking about it. Let's get it out of the way. We got Instagram, we got YouTube. Anywhere you're listening to it, if you do any sort of interaction, including rating, please do it.
Appreciate it. Yes.
We also want to thank you for watching our first episode.
Woo!
The Belmez Faces. If you haven't already watched it, go do it because it's pretty swaggy. But yeah, so Loch Ness Monster, Rachel, how do we feel about it?
Loch Ness Monster is a fun one.
I hope so, or else that would kind of suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are doing a segment where we will be talking about cryptids. It's called Cryptids 101. This is the first cryptid we'll be doing. And it's, of course, the one and only Loch Ness Monster.
Nessie. Okay.
Snake.
Big, huge, special thing happening tonight. We have our little sister Ruthie here. She's a queen. She's the one that is doing production for us today. She's making sure that, you know, we look so pretty. If you hear some giggling, that's her.
Yeah. Say hi, Ruth.
Yep, there she is. There she is.
Okay, well, the Loch Ness Monster is affectionately known as Nessie. It's one of the most famous cryptids in the world, of course. If you haven't heard it, then what are you doing? Do you live under a rock?
Yeah, dude, you got to know about it. You haven't seen Twilight, obviously.
You named my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster?
She's just a baby.
She's a baby!
She's a baby!
She's a baby!
You imprinted on my daughter?
Nessie has nothing to do with it. Nessie?
Her underbite. Good shit.
Good shit. Well, when I was actually watching Twilight for the first time, I thought Nessie was the like Yeti, like the white.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
That was the weirdest noise I've ever heard. I'm gonna sample that, I think.
Okay. Well, the Loch Ness Monster is said to inhabit the deep, murky waters of the Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands. Nessie has captured the imagination of believers, skeptics, and scientists alike. With a legacy that spans centuries, the Loch Ness Monster is not just a creature of folklore. It's a symbol of mystery, the unknown, and humanity's enduring fascination with what lies hidden in the world that has yet to be discovered.
Yeah, I mean, have they discovered all of Loch Ness?
No.
And I'm not saying Loch Ness as in the creature. I'm saying the lake.
Yeah.
And they haven't
Because-
discovered all of it?
No way. Loch Ness is the name of the lake that Nessie supposedly lives in. We all know this, but the word loch means lake, and then the name of the lake is Ness, so Loch Ness, yada yada. Didn't even know that, and I'm like, I love cryptids,
Yeah,
and
I
I
didn't-
didn't know that until I researched it. So
I didn't know that either. When I think of Locke, I think about that guy from Lost, the bald dude who's silent.
oh man,
Do you remember that?
Creed from The Office, man.
Is that him?
Yeah, I think so. Wait, is it?
I don't think it is.
Actually, it's probably not. They give the same vibe though.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Well, this specific loch is the largest freshwater lake in the Scottish Highlands, which contains more water than all of the lakes of England and Wales combined at 7.5 cubic kilometers.
Oof.
And the reason why it's not all the way discovered yet is because it's 788 feet deep. And it stretches 23 miles and it's a mile long. I'm sorry.
Like a
it's
mile
a
wide?
mile wide and then it's
Yeah.
23 miles
Damn.
long.
So it's just like, I would view that as a river. Like that's a river.
Yeah.
Or just like a really long lake.
Yeah.
What does Ness mean?
It's we'll get into that.
Okay.
But at its deepest stretches, it's deeper than the North Sea between Scotland and Norway, and the water is very cloudy, so it's of course difficult to see what lurks underneath its depths. Fun fact, there is enough water here to submerge every human being on the planet. Not just once, but 3 times over.
So you're telling me I have an opportunity to drown the entire Earth's population?
Of
3
humanity,
times?
yeah. Let's do it. No, I'm kidding.
That's bad.
Plenty of space to hide a secret or a monster, right? This place is just full of wildlife and beautiful landscapes. I mean, just imagine deep, dark waters surrounded by rich forests and ancient mountains high enough to touch the clouds.
I have so many secrets.
You want to share one with us?
No, I don't.
Okay. And just on the edge of the water, there stands the ruins of a Urquhart castle. This castle looks to be standing guard. The legend goes that Loch Ness was created by an angry Celtic winter queen, the goddess Dark Brera. And now this is where we're going to learn why the loch is named Ness. Technically, in Scottish folklore, she was angry at her maid Nessa because she was late to attend to her duties, and so Brera raged and transformed Nessa into a river. The rich history of this place makes Loch Ness a place like no other. Just some fun folklore for ya.
I love her look. Like,
No.
whoever did that, like, art is just, like, really in that imaginative, like, this bitch is creepy.
Yeah. She's cool as hell.
I love that she's purple.
She is purple because she is the queen. She's the goddess of winter, bro.
Is that Megamind's mom?
Okay, you don't need to talk about that.
Okay.
That is disrespectful.
Okay. Sorry, that was disrespectful.
But the earliest references to a mystery creature in the area dated back to 1,500 years ago. There is another creature I came upon in my research called the Loch Ness Kelpie. Have you guys heard of it?
Is it kelp?
No, it's not kelp.
Is it a giant, like...
My diet, Dr. Kelp!
Diet...
Don't tell me you forgot my drink!
Is it a giant mess of... Just like this giant, like, kelp monster where it's just like all... I could see that happening, like this big, like, oozy, like, creepy, like... It's like a very Lovecraftian, like... I'm the Kelpie. I'm the Loch Ness Kelpie. No?
No. Kelpies are shapeshifters. The Scottish lochs are said to be home to the Kelpies, but their main form is of a black horse with eternally wet manes.
Oh, that's slutty.
I know, right? I'm like, damn.
Ooh.
To come back as one of these, you know?
To come back as one of them.
In Scottish folklore, the Kelpies aim to lure children into the water and drown them. They also shapeshift into alluring men to seduce young women into the water. So technically, Kelpies go for women and children.
That's so... Do you think that you would have been seduced by one of these things?
Yeah.
100%?
I come to the
on
water,
purpose?
baby. I'm like, oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. Not already knowing what it is. It's like, I'm in danger, but like, whatever.
Yeah, I'll
Like,
be walking toward the water, like taking off my clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't... Okay. Go.
Okay. This creature was around the time of the 6th to the 9th century based on Pictish stones. Now, are you guys ready for a little story time about the Kelpies?
Give me the goods.
Well, the story goes, a local named James McGregor in the early 1800s came upon a Kelpie who haunted the shores and woods of Loch Ness. He saw a dashing stallion with a fine saddle and bridle, but with no owner. So James thought about claiming the horse as his own, and he immediately had a debilitating urge to do just that. But he fought it because he reminded himself of the stories he heard growing up about the alluring kelpies and their shape-shifting abilities. He instead took the kelpie by surprise and cut off the kelpie's bridle with his great claymore sword.
I want a sword.
Then he stroke.
Oh my, no way. Dude.
I meant to say he's stricken the kelpie.
Dude, this is a 9th century smut story? Holy shit.
Then he stroked the kelpie clean.
Clean?
He roared.
Can you
in
stroke
pain.
something clean?
He roared in pain in the bridle.
This is not a laughing matter. You're so unserious today. Do you need me to tell the story?
No, leave me alone. So James pretty much cut the kelpie's bridle off, which was the source of his life and power. James made his escape and ran home safely, successfully outwitting the creature, and thanks to him, no one else went missing for a very long time around the shores of Loch Ness.
Okay, James, thanks.
I know, so he kind of almost like broke the curse of the kelpies by not being lured by them.
That's like so cool. Like, I wish I could like create a story like that where I'd, release a cursed animal or figure.
I want a claymore sword.
I want a claymore. I already have a claymore sword.
Me too.
You do?
It's bigger than any horsecock.
Okay.
There's
Go.
There's a disclaimer in the beginning, okay? You know what you're getting into.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Crushing amounts. See the lights flickering?
The lights are flickering.
That was weird. They're like, stop talking about cock and get to the fucking story.
Okay. There's these 98-foot tall monuments called the Kelpies that are these two huge horse heads, pretty much. And they are super cool looking.
Yeah, they are, dude. One of them is like...
I know, one's like striking a Vogue pose and the other one is like actually getting
it's shaking its wet mane. Yeah. One of them is like... Put these stills together.
But the first written recorded sighting appears in a biography of St. Columba. Now, St. Columba is a famous Irish monk.
Damn, he's got a big ass head.
I know that forehead. He is Megamind. Him and the Celtic queen. Celtic, don't give a fuck.
Is
they
it a
should get
C?
together and have a baby, and it'll be Megamind.
Go. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I really want to mention that Columba in his life gets in trouble because he gets embroiled in the first ever battle fought over copyright.
Wait, so he was the first guy to have a battle over copyright?
Yeah, like he was the first guy that like pretty much got sued. It was like
in the 7th century.
Yeah, in the 7th century.
Okay.
He pretty much borrows salt from a salter named Saint Finian, and he makes a copy of it, and the High King of Ireland gets involved, and it's a whole issue.
Hey everyone, Editing Joe here. Just wanted to clarify something. Salter does not mean working with salt, as in the salt you eat. It's someone, by definition on Google, as a copy of the biblical Psalms, especially for liturgical use. So, it's not the salt that you eat. It's Columba was doing plagiarism, basically. So the battle is over that, not actual salt. We'll be referring to it as copyright, but it's actually plagiarism. Anyways, back to the video.
And there was a great big battle of this because he raised a rebellion against the king. And then, of course, starting this huge battle, he wasn't really looked as like a saint or a religious man, a man of God. So he leaves Ireland and he goes to Scotland. According to the account, around 565 AD, Columba encountered locals burying a man who had been swimming, and he seized, and then he was attacked by a water beast in the River Ness. So the locals managed to get his body back. So Columbus decided that something needed to be done. So he told them to get into a boat and float out into the loch. And then when one of the men went out to get the boat, the beast, still very hungry, came hurtling towards the man. And, the man screaming for his life. And Columbus pretty much runs out and signs the cross over his chest and says to the water beast, "You will go no farther. Do not touch the man. Turn back speedily."
Monster.
And the monster did just that. It literally turned around and left.
So it can understand English too.
Yeah, I guess he was like, "Oh goddamn, you're a motherfucker of God. Like you."
Yeah. So Loch Ness
so
knows
powerful.
the teachings of Jesus Christ too.
He sees the light within.
So that means it's confirmed a devilish animal. Okay, interesting.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just part of the story.
It's not confirmed. It's alleged,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
And those who saw this happen were pagans. And seeing this, they say that Columba must have access to this tremendous heavenly power. And honestly, no one really okay. You realize that I wrote Columbus? Not Columba.
The more I think about it, Christopher Columbus is kind of a piece of shit. Just the more I think about it, as time goes on, I don't really like the guy.
No.
But Columba, on the other hand, kind of a badass.
Yeah, he's kind of awesome.
Columbus, very different.
Very different. But in my notes, I wrote Columbus accidentally. And anyway, but the people who were there that saw this encounter happen, they were like, wow, he must have like a lot of like heavenly power. He must be a real true man of God. And honestly, no one really recorded another sighting or had an incident for a very long time. While this specific account is steeped in religious overtones and miraculous events, it marks the beginning of Nessie's long and storied history. Infrequent sightings came and went during the 1500s and the 1800s with 21 recordings over those like 300 years.
Yeah.
But around these eras and recordings of Nessie really didn't become international until the 20th century. The number of recorded sightings of unexplainable events increased through 1900s, which is the same time visitors in the area started coming around more because a road adjacent to Loch Ness was finished, which offered an unobstructed view of the lake.
Cool.
So, yeah, before that, nobody could really like visit because it was still very wild out there. It was really hard to get to the lake, honestly.
Yeah.
So now that that road was built, it was built for military purposes. Now people can see the lake a lot more and more frequent.
For military purposes?
Yes.
In like the 1900s?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think I should have added this to my notes, but I know there was some sort of war going on.
Oh, really?
And so they were sending a lot of troops out there to like protect the border of that. But I don't know enough. But I just know that's what was going on.
Okay.
Anyway, but before the road, the area was very, very isolated. The first sightings were recorded by locals. In 1916, the gamekeeper from a local estate reported a huge animal surfacing by his boat. Then in 1933, the manager of this hotel reported seeing a beast resembling a whale. Soon after, a couple driving along the south shore of Loch Ness saw an enormous animal, like a dragon or a prehistoric monster, who crossed the road in front of their car.
Oh, like...
Which is crazy.
Just... like crossing the road... Like, so it's a land animal and a water animal.
Yeah, I guess. But it was kind of like... ha, 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 ha. And it's like those vampires
like
riding... speedily like running by, and then it like slows down and they're like
So it crossed. So was it crossing out of the water?
no, it was running towards the water.
So where was it coming from? The forest?
Yeah. Just like a bunch of shrubs.
I don't believe that. So this animal is
Okay, we're gonna get to it. Okay, just
this
give
monster
me a
is an herbivore and was just going and munching on some
maybe-
cheese.
cheese.
And then,
Munching on
which is not an herb
cheese.
or a plant,
Boop,
but then
boop,
was like,
boop.
oh shit, there's a car coming. I better cross and get back to the water because I'm a water spaghetti animal. And it crosses.
A water spaghetti animal.
It was kind of like Italian. But he's really Scottish and he's. Well, fuck, man, I better get back to the. What? That was really
Munching on
terrible.
cheese.
Yeah. That was
No.
worse.
I mean, he's not an herbivore because he was eating those men in the river when St.
Oh.
Columba came around, you know?
Okay.
But so sightings and all the buzz truly started amping up in the 1930s. Everything gets kicked off in 1933 because we get this cascading sequence of sightings. There is a report made by a woman named Aldi McKay who was driving with her husband down the west side of the loch where she sees a creature distort itself, rolling and plunging for a full minute. She said that the body of the creature resembled a whale and soon saw it disappear in a boiling mass of foam.
Okay, can I make an early theory? The Kelpies, and the Loch Ness Monster, same thing.
Yeah.
It shape-shifted into this giant, scary thing, so that all this population that had been accruing over the centuries, so that they would get out. He's like, I'm a big scary monster, get away from me. But it's really just like this wet horse. That's what it is to me.
Okay.
That's what my thought process is for now.
Okay. Well, both her and her husband confessed that there was something uncanny about the whole thing, mainly because when the enormous beast took its final plunge, it sent out waves that were big enough to have been caused by a passing steamer.
Oh.
Like crazy.
Oh.
What is interesting about this time with the reports that the Loch Ness Monster wasn't a big thing yet. Like it wasn't international. It wasn't like in pop culture yet. And people really didn't know any of the lore. So all these reports are mainly like trusted because of that.
Okay.
So, and a lot of these people in the local area were really familiar with the waters. Maybe not Loch Ness because the river just opened up, but they know what water looks like when there's a whale or when there's a big fish, So when they're reporting these things, it's kind of like, whoa, there might be something actually here. The majority of sightings are coming from motorists going down the road of the loch. I mentioned that a creature appeared in front of 2 tourist cars just a second ago that Joe was talking shit on.
Duh.
Well, George Spicer and his wife were driving down the road in July of 1933, and they saw this large creature scurry across the road and back toward the loch a little up ahead. You have any thoughts about the photos?
That's okay. I was just going to say, that's a cool photo. Like the guy on the motorcycle. Hello. Is that George?
Yes, sorry. I'm like waving at the camera with my toe.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm like trying to lock in on this picture.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
You better be.
Go.
You better
Go.
be. Go.
Go.
Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So what I was going to say was, I can't imagine being on a little like old 1930s, roadster, and then this thing's just like. Like, it makes me think about that movie. Fucking, it's not a ghost. It's literally just me.
You bitch ass hag.
Yeah. But it makes me think about that movie, the water monster thing. That's like literally just the Loch Ness Monster, but this kid finds like an egg.
Oh yeah, and he like raises this water monster.
Yeah, he raises like a Loch Ness Monster basically in his bathtub, and he's like. I'll put a picture.
Wait, I'm really good at this. Ready?
Yeah, It's like that. Yeah, but it's just
Okay, lock in. It had a long, wavy, narrow neck. We're going back to George Spicer, by the way.
yeah.
We kind of went on a rant. But when they were in their car, they saw the creature, and it had a long neck that was very wavy and narrow, slightly thicker than an elephant's trunk, and it looked to be the scale about like 25 feet long. That was not grammarly correct, but
So it's like the size of like like a bigger like shark, kind of. That's what like my mind went to.
yeah.
Okay, so it's not not a steamboat size. That's a little far fetched. Is the steamboat thing? If we're going off of that encounter, so that's a difference between those encounters for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And George says that it looked like a dragon or a prehistoric animal. They said it had an animal in its mouth, and the body had a high back.
Okay, like in the picture, you can kind of see like the spine on it.
Yeah.
It has like a little hump on it.
He said he didn't see a tail, but it could have been out of view because it moved very quickly. They couldn't see the legs. Once they got to the spot where the creature was, it had disappeared most likely back into the water. So,
Spooky.
honestly, as I was reading up on this couple, I didn't feel like they were fraudsters. They don't come off as exaggerators or anything, so this seems like a reputable witness in my eyes. That's my personal note there. But this sighting was really all that we get for a description of the monster. And I find that this sighting is the most important one because of that.
Yeah, I mean, especially because there wasn't a whole lot of stuff about the Loch Ness Monster other than like the Kelpies and the and Columba. But other than that, there's nothing that's like even resembling that.
Yeah, big old Columba mama. Sorry. This was reported in the press and it got the attention of the Daily Mail, a big newspaper outlet.
It's a big with 3 G's.
Big. Yeah.
Big.
A big. In December 1933, the Daily Mail commissioned big game hunter named Marmaduke Wetherell to try to locate this creature. He was there for 2 days and didn't find anything. Along the lake's east side shores, he found a large footprints that he believed belonged to a very powerful, well, a quote, a very powerful, soft-footed animal about 20 feet long, end quote.
A monkey.
And may I mention that on the west side of the lake is the road, and then on the east side is really rocky. I've read about, I guess,
Okay.
where it's just like really hard to navigate on that side of the lake because of just the wildlife in general.
Yeah.
So the fact that he was on the east side and he found these footprints, very strange. But what was weird about these sets of prints was that they were in this perfect clearing and the sand was only in that specific spot where the footprints were. So it's really weird because the majority of the ground was rocky and there was very little mud. But when there was a little mud, there was footprints.
Yeah, so there wasn't any like half footprints on like a rock or something.
No, like there was no sign.
Okay.
It was very weird. The footprints were 8 inches across. They've got 4 short clawed toes. Then miraculously nearby there are another set of footprints that seem to be that of a monster that has walked across one of the very few stretches where the imprints of the footprints could be left. So this gets back to the Daily Mail, and they print papers saying, quote, "Monster of Loch Ness is not a legend, but a fact."
No.
Then, upon closer inspection, zoologists in the Natural History Museum determined that the tracks were identical and made with an ashtray that was a hippopotamus leg as a base. I know. That Mr. Marmaduke Wetherell was in possession of.
Look at that thing.
Just look.
Look at that thing.
Like, you can see where they would put their, like, blunts.
They're blunts in 1933. Dude.
So it was a hoax.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no right and left foot tracks. They were just right foot. So
They were all right-footed.
yeah, just like right foot, right foot, right foot. No drag mark for a tail. No, like, it's just
Yeah.
stupid. It's just so stupid.
And like everybody speculates that it's just flippers on this thing. Like that one of the first photos we showed, like where it's like in the water, it's like it doesn't have like literal claws in at all. It's just flippers.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, but over the course of 1934, more developments happened that are just extraordinary. Again and again, witnesses who everyone can recognize as being reputable and reliable are making reports. In early January of 1934, there's a veterinary student riding a motorbike who almost runs right into the monster. Again, it's kind of similar to the one before.
That's the picture I was looking at.
Probably. Yeah.
The dude on the bike. Okay.
Yeah. The veterinary student says that it looks exactly like a plesiosaur, which went extinct 65.5 million years ago.
That's the thinking that I'm loving. Is like, yo, it's just like a plesiosaur, dude. It's
Yeah.
just like one of those. I love that.
Yeah. Then in April of the same year, English physician Robert Kenneth Wilson photographed the iconic photo that everyone has seen. The infamous picture was named the surgeon's photograph.
Yeah, like that photograph. That's the only thing that I've before this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only thing really before this that I ever saw. But now that there's new information, that photo's kind of meh. It's kind of boring. Go on.
This black and white photo looks to be a long-necked creature emerging from the ripples in the water. And, of course, for me, it reminds me of a plesiosaur.
Yeah.
So, the surgeon's photograph was named because Robert Wilson was a surgeon, and at the time, he wanted to remain anonymous because he was not after publicity. But he was the person that took that picture. Was I clear enough from that? I hope so. Stop laughing at me.
I heard it. I heard
My
it.
little sister is laughing at me in the corner.
Yeah, you little shit. Shut the fuck up.
You old hag.
Little
You
shit
old
and
nasty
old
ass hag.
All right, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Rosie.
Oh, she's
Sorry.
like gonna cry.
This is a safe space. I'm sorry. This wasn't a safe space.
Okay. But this photo went worldwide once the Daily Mail published the image, and it is safe to say that the Loch Ness Monster was named Nessie, and all of America and the world in general made this its main talking point, and everyone became obsessed with it. They loved it. Like, there was cartoons, there was comic books, there was video games, there was like art that was made of it. Like, it was just so popular.
This was the start of those like this was the start of clickbait, like with the journalist stories that were fake, where it's like, man gives birth to two twins in Indonesia. Like 1983, you know, like stuff you would see like on stands in New York City, you know.
Yeah.
This was the start of that. I feel like
Definitely.
allegedly.
Well, yeah. I'm like, I said definitely, and you said allegedly.
That's a fact. It's not a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
The Loch Ness area attracted numerous monster hunters. Over the years, people kept reporting sightings, and between 1987 and 2003, several sonar explorations were taken to locate the creature. Numerous other photographs showed the monster, but most were discredited as fakes or as depicting another animal.
Okay.
So then there was a twist within the original surgeon's photograph that we later see in 1944.
1994.
1994.
So before it was debunked, did we know who took the picture? Who took the photo? Like, was there someone? Did I miss that? Was there?
What was his name? Robert Wilson. He was a surgeon.
Okay. Oh yeah, the surgeon's photograph. Okay.
Yeah. So Robert Wilson takes this picture of a monster coming out of the water.
Okay, I see.
If you're a big fan of Nessie, you will know what's going to happen next. But if you don't, buckle in because shit's going to hit the fan. Robert Wilson, who took the photo, and Marmaduke Witherell from before, who faked the footprints,
Ashtray asshole.
partnered up to hoax the photograph.
That's what they do.
Now, in the picture that you're seeing, you can see that Nessie was made out of a plastic piece of wood painted gray. It was approximately what? What?
I'm looking at the picture.
Okay. I thought you were laughing at me. It was painted gray and approximately 12 inches high. And then underneath, it was literally like a tin model submarine that was moving.
That's such a fucking joke. Like, now that I look at the surgeon's photograph, it's like, yeah, those were like the tiniest little ripples of water ever. That's not a 25-foot long monster.
No.
Like, that's definitely a 12-inch scale length thing in a bathtub. It's this little, like, you know, it maybe was taken at the lake, but it's just this stupid little dinky, like, toothpick looking thing.
Yeah, a lot of people talked about like looking at the surgeon's photograph and being like, whoa, it's like the same size as the ripples. Like, it has to be humongous. But really, it's probably like this tall.
Yeah.
Like with the submarine and
Right on the shore.
wood.
Yeah.
And it's like right on the shore, of course. So
Yeah.
they confessed to faking the photo by attaching a piece of wood to a toy submarine and cropping the photo in shallow waters to fake the picture. In 2018, researchers conducted a DNA survey of Loch Ness to determine what organisms lived in the waters. No signs of a plesiosaur or other such large animal was found, though the result indicated the presence of numerous eels. This finding left open the possibility that the monster is an oversized eel.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of videos on YouTube that you'll see that be like, oh, I just saw the Loch Ness Monster, and you see these like weird, like almost like a serpent, like eel type monster going through the water, you know?
Yeah.
And it's very strange. You're like, what really is that? You know, in our season finale episode, I'll be bringing up one of these videos. Excuse me. So it's just really interesting to see how people can look at something and see what they want to see, but it really isn't that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, especially like back in the 30s, you can't, like, these things were the most interesting thing you would ever seen, because it's like, if someone just stamps the word fact on it, it's like, this is real. You know, the whole world's going to shit. There's big monsters emerging from the waters of Scotland and aliens and shit, like, you know, whatever. But like now it's like we see everything on TikTok and things can be faked so easily. I'm looking at you, Ghost
Dude.
Adventures.
I mean, we've got AI at this point too.
Yeah.
That's getting really good. So
Yeah.
it's really hard to believe things at this point.
Yeah, stuff like this is unheard of now, you know,
Yeah.
unless you're nice and gullible, just like we are. So
Yeah.
onward.
Well, despite the lack of conclusive evidence, the Loch Ness Monster remained very popular and profitable. In the early 21st century, it was thought that it contributed nearly 80 million annually to Scotland's economy.
I mean, that's cool. I like that. You know,
Money?
Get your money. Get your tourist attractions.
Get your
That's
bag?
like, oh my god. I would like to. I'm so sorry if you're sensitive to that stuff.
So professional.
I would like to go to the Loch Ness because I just want to feel the hype and the energy that's been surrounded by it because of tourism and, you know, scandals and whatnot. You
I want to
know,
like rip my tits out and dunk them in the water and then fly off into the sky. Take me. Eat me.
Rachel, stop. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna cry about it.
Yeah.
The Loch Ness Monster may or may not exist, but its impact on Scottish folklore, global pop culture, and the scientific community is undeniable. Whether viewed as a hoax or a misidentified animal or a symbol of hope for the unknown, Nessie remains one of the most compelling legends of the modern age. In many ways, the Loch Ness Monster is less about what lies beneath the water and more about what lies within the human imagination.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I love this.
I ate that down.
Yeah. I mean, we goofed off a lot in this episode, but like that's just kind of what this entire thing was. It's just a bunch of people goofing off and freaking each other out. Like,
Yeah.
that's the best part about this, whether it's phenomena or if it's just like, a cultural like thing that emerges, and creates tourism. It's like,
Totally.
it's
It's
so much
fun.
fun,
It's so fun.
Like,
I love cryptids.
I love cryptids and I get freaked out by some cryptids, but this one just makes me fucking laugh, So it's like,
This one's just so nostalgic. So
Yeah.
feel good.
yeah.
And you actually have an answer to this one, like with our last episode, the Bell Meds, it's just such a mystery with what happened with those faces that we just don't know. And so you kind of had to leave you on a cliffhanger of what we knew, but we don't know.
Yeah.
But with this one, you pretty much know. You can make your own opinion and decide for yourself, do your own research. But with the photographs and everything, it was clearly a hoax.
Yeah.
I really want one of those hippopotamus ashtrays now.
Yeah, dude.
I really want one.
Dude, yeah, I'm like smoking a big fat cigar and I'm just like, and then like, and it's just this big like thing that's just like,
I'll just put my sweet tart ropes in each one.
what?
I also really want to thank the podcast, The Rest is History. They are so cool.
Let's
they
go.
really dig deep in the history, and that's where I got all of the juice on Columba and everything, and I got a lot of stuff from that podcast. So please go check them out. They have a lot of fun things to say. You'll definitely learn something new. I've learned so much just about Loch Ness and the history behind the land itself in that I wanted to add, but wouldn't really be necessary. But shout out to them.
Go listen
Rest
to
is
them.
History podcast. They are so good. So
Hell yeah.
new favorite of mine.
Well, thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome.
Is that all we got today?
That's all, playa.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. We will be back next Monday, of course. Still a mystery what that next episode's going to be. But for now, until then, if you will please comment what your Halloween costume will be. If you will send us some pictures, if you will just, let us know how your Halloween went.
Yes.
That would be very pleasurable to us. And then also, again, listener lore is a thing we want to have happen. So send in your stories, send in your experiences, anything that makes your life spooky and interesting. We want to know about it, and we want to share it with everyone else.
Yeah.
So
Get featured, man.
yeah, get featured, man. You know our email. It's houseofhightstrangeness@gmail.com. Send it to us there. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, please follow us on Instagram, TikTok. We've got our YouTube up now. Anyway, we're done plugging. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I love you guys so much.
Love you.
I will see you next Monday. Mwah.
Mwah. Okay, but before I give you your keys, please walk home, drive home, teleport, beam home safely. Until next time, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.